Alright, so this is the Stokes collection of playing cards. Stokes has released other decks of playing cards besides these three, but these are the only ones, I think, that have the Stokes collection emblem on them. So let's go ahead, we're going to look at these three decks. Let's go ahead and start with this first one. I believe was the first one released. It's called Dark Hearts, and this one has, well, all three of them have a paper box with text on the box that, identifies the deck, as well as, a piece of artwork and such on the box itself. So as we get into the material, it is an air cushion finish, so it is very nice. As you can see, like little bumps and ridges all over on the cards themselves. And then the back design for at least two of the three is going to be categorized as a unique picture. So here you've got a sword and this emblem in the middle, which, you got some hearts on the corners. This indicates that it is a picture. It has an orientation. If it's upside down, the people looking at the back of your hand are going to see that it's upside down, but you're not going to know it's upside down. Or actually, I guess in this case you would, because the faces of the cards are going to be all picture cards. So you've got two jokers, plus you've got these two extra artsy cards that are included, so you get an extra half point for those. And then as we go through the cards here, you'll see, if I can get appropriate lighting, that all the cards are picture cards. So this is the Ace of Spades, and they all kind of have just like a dark theme to them. All the cards are pretty much in black and white, except for a few spots of like red, which you'll see here in a little bit. So I'm just going to fan through the cards so you can see what they all look like. There you go, you got some red on his cup there. There's some vampires in here. Bat. Some red on the rose. And there you have it. That is the Dark Hearts deck, which gets... It does have... it is a picture deck, and so it's got a full 52 unique pictures, at least, if you don't even count the jokers. And it had the extra cards, so this is going to be a total of 15 out of 20, which is 75 out of 100. Now, moving on. The next deck released is the Steampunk deck. That's how I identify it, as the text is on the side, not on the front like the usual. And this, we're going to go through, is also air cushion finish deck. The back is also going to be categorized as a unique picture. It almost qualifies as a pattern made of pictures, but because of the text, it's not mirrored top to bottom, so there is, again, an orientation, so it cannot be a pattern. It is just a picture, but it does have, identifiable objects in it, so it's not just something less than a picture. But let's go ahead and go through this deck here. You got a couple of artsy cards here in the front, and you got your two jokers after that, both exactly the same, I believe. And then this deck is not a picture deck. This one actually does use pips on all of its cards. So you got the ace of spades here, and then you got your spades in the normal bicycle layout kind of on each card here. The pips do have unique designs. I am going to give the deck unique pips and unique colors. As you'll see here, the other suits have different shades to them. The spades have a blue shade. The jacks all have an animal on them, and then the queens and the kings, of course. And then I kind of like the diamonds in this. You know, they're not the normal diamond design. They're more realistic looking, or I don't know about realistic looking, but more. It's a different type of diamond that you're used to seeing. And then there's a jack, queen, and king. This is like a boy almost. Another king, queen, and jack as we are descending now through the deck. Got your unique club design there. These cards have like a yellow border to them. So your ace. And then the last suit, the king, queen, jack, hearts. The hearts have, these little cog designs inside of them, as do all the suits. But that is pretty much the entire deck. Once we get to the ace at the bottom, there you go. It's like a mechanical heart looking thing. So yeah, that gives this deck a score of 17 out of 20, which is then going to be 85 out of 100, and this is actually going to be the highest scoring deck of the three. The next deck is probably my favorite, though, of the three. So, kind of a little bit of a point of how my rubric tries to be as objective as possible. It does not completely bend to my subjective tastes. This deck is also the same kind of paper box. The name of it, I'm going with Fantasy Art, as written right there, just Ann Stokes Fantasy Art. That's that's the only name I can give this deck. And unfortunately I have torn a bit of the top of the box there. But here you got 2 jokers and an extra joker, plus an extra art card, so all 3 decks get the extra cards in there. And then this is going to be another picture deck. I guess I should note beforehand that the back is where this deck loses some technical points, because this does not qualify as a unique picture because there's no identifiable objects, I would say, in it. It's just basically just a pattern with these squiggles in the corner and text. So that makes a unique pattern or text, which is only 2.5, so it's going to lose half a point compared to the other decks in that respect. Otherwise, it's completely equal to the first deck, the Dark Hearts deck we looked at. Because here you're going to get more pictures. However, the Dark Hearts deck was mostly in black and white. This deck is going to be mostly in color. And I guess I wouldn't want to dock the Dark Hearts deck for being mostly black and white and just splashes of red, because that's, just an artistic decision. Just like how this deck doesn't necessarily get extra points just for being in color. But we're going to just fan through the rest of these cards. Make sure I keep the light in a good position so you can see all the art. And again, these are not the only decks Ann Stokes has made. I believe she has another deck that's all dragons and all unicorns. This picture was actually in the Dark Hearts deck, if you remember. It was in black and white, though. So, I think this is the only instance I can notice of a reused picture. Pretty sure. Oh wait, this one was also in the Dark Hearts deck, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering it because maybe I'm just thinking of this art card, but I think it was the last card of the Dark Hearts deck. I don't remember. That's like a dragon on a stone, a unicorn. Oh yeah, this one looks like, oh, it's just a rabbit. That's not fantastical, but there's like a fairy down here. There's like a word elf boy. And that is the end of this deck. Also note, these cards don't have aces, but they are ones instead of aces. Just a little minor thing to look at. Doesn't hurt the deck or help it in any way. But those are the 3 Stokes Collection decks. Let's review real quick a 75, 85, oh, I guess I didn't say, but this is a 72.5. This was 14.5 out of 20, as this was 15. This one only lost half a point because of its back design. Otherwise, these two would have been equal, but either way, I do think this deck is my favorite of the 3, even though technically it scores the least of the 3. But that is all there is for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.